folks have not prepared over time for that inevitable situation where it's maybe one location of a multiple entity C Corp or an S Corp, either one, or even a partnership for that matter, that wants to be sold, maybe to a PIC or to an outside third party. And frankly, this is an issue that the pharmacy niche banks run into pretty commonly. And the only way really to handle that transaction is pretty much on an asset sale basis. Because if there's multiple, let's just say there's 4 stores in one entity. Let's just assume the entity is an S corporation. There's one balance sheet. There might be 4 P&Ls if you're class coding correctly the stores, but there's only one balance sheet. So it obviously cannot be a stock sale because that would transfer the stock of the entire entity to the third party. So you've got obviously scripts, you've got goodwill, you've got potentially other assets, you've got inventory associated with that location. Hopefully you've been defining and segregating your third-party receivables as well as inventory, as potentially as well as payables and fixed assets for that location. So you should be able to relatively easy allocate the assets as well as the liabilities that need to be involved in the transaction, if liabilities are going to be involved in this transaction, so that your legal healthcare specialist can put together an asset.
Attorney, that is.
Yeah, exactly. The attorney can put together the agreement to satisfy both the buyer and the seller. But that's really the only way to handle this transaction. And if the accounting has not been segregated by class code or by entity over time, that makes the situation almost impossible to finance because the banks are not going to be able to see what really has taken place with that entity on a historical basis. So those are the kinds of issues that we run into oftentimes, Scotty, when this kind of situation arises.